Hey everybody, this video once again brings us back out to Phoenixville, Pennsylvania, and the reason why we are in Phoenixville, Pennsylvania is to check out their Goodwill, the store I need to start hitting up a lot more often. In fact, all the Goodwills in my area, I need to start hitting up a lot more often. I had been coming out to this one a couple weeks in a row before I went down to Walt Disney World, and now that I'm back, I'm hitting them up. I'm gonna see what they have. They literally just opened up. I'm one of the first people to come into the store, which is nice because usually by the time I get out here, the store has been picked through. So since it's 9 a.m. and they just opened, I'm hoping I'm gonna find all the good deals if they had put them out yet. I have no idea. So wish me luck. It's Goodwill. You never know with Goodwill, but I'm hoping for some more amazing movie finds. The last couple times I've been in here, I have found movies. I'm gonna find some more today. Power of positivity. Well, I definitely thought the power of positivity was upon us for a second because I saw this shirt right up front, and this looks exactly like a Figment shirt that is out right now. In fact, it's a Figment shirt I actually already have. I did find one at I believe a flea market, if I'm not mistaken. It's this purple tie-dye with Figment on it. I think it's just like Journey into Imagination or something like that. I already have it, so technically I wouldn't have needed it, but man, had I come across some Figment as soon as I walked into the store, I definitely would have taken that as a sign of things to come, but it's not Figment. Am I gonna take that as a sign of bad things to come? No, again, power of positivity. As per usual with this Goodwill, the first thing I'm gonna do is dive into all the toys, and it looks like the toy section's fairly well filled. Lots of board games, not necessarily seeing any board games I wanna pick up. I mean, here's Kaboom, I don't even know what that is, and a lot of more kind of sort of common stuff. Catch the Fox, that's interesting. I don't know, nothing that's necessarily jumping out at me immediately, but hopefully there's something here I wanna pick up. I mean, the more I'm looking, the more discouraged I'm kind of getting, but again, power of positivity. Maybe there's something good here, maybe there's not. It's Goodwill, you just never know. Wow, wave of nostalgia just came back to me because I thought for a second these were these little cars that came in pieces and you snapped them together. Does anybody know what the name of those cars were? I had these toys when I was a kid. They were vehicles, and they came, I think there was like planes, and there was cars, and there was like a limo, and there was a tank, and there was all these different types of vehicles and planes and aircraft and maybe even boats and stuff like that. And they came in sections, like maybe 3 or 4 sections, and they all snapped together. And the idea was you could take all these different vehicles and whatnot, break them apart, and make a giant vehicle out of them, and switch the pieces in and out. You could put the middle section of a plane with the front of a car and the back of a race car and stuff like that. It was really interesting. I had a ton of those cars back in the day. I don't remember who made them. I don't remember what those were. Comments down below if you know the actual name of those vehicles and who made them. I want to know because I want to get some of those back into my life. And for a second, I thought that's what these were, but this is, I don't know, they're pieces of a game. So nostalgia coming back to me, but unfortunately not coming back to me in the way of actual things I'm going to buy. Maybe that's a good thing. What would I have done with them? I don't know, but I want them. More nostalgia just coming back to me right now. In fact, I think this is nostalgia that probably most of you have as well. I just found myself a rolling cart, a PJ Mask, nevertheless, rolling cart. Who used one of these in gym class? I used one of these in gym class. Who also ran over their fingers with one of these in gym class? Oh, I and my friends ran over our fingers many times. These things were dangerous. Ran over my fingers many times in gym class with these things. But man, that was a fun day. When they brought these out, you knew you were probably gonna have a fun day and probably gonna run over a finger. But man, these are so cool. I'm tempted to get this for Sean, but I don't even know what he would do with it, so I'm not going to. They're only asking $5 on this. I mean, it's awesome. It's a rolling cart and it's PJ Mask. That is really, really cool. Again, tempting to pick up, but I don't know what I would do with it. Again, Sean really wouldn't use it. He has nowhere really to use that. Plus, he'd probably run his finger over, and then I had to go and pay a bunch of money at the emergency room. So, you know what? Probably best just to leave that there. All right, well, I'm still keeping the power of positivity alive, but I'm thinking the toy section is going to be a complete bust. I honestly don't see anything over here at all that I want to pick up for the store or even for me or for Sean. I mean, there's a Mickey. That's pretty awesome, but yeah, I'm just going to end up passing on all of this. So, all right, moving on from the toys and now into the books. Yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm going to go through the books. Why not? There's not that many, and I didn't find any toys. So, all right, today, books. And I'm thinking the book section might also be a bit of a bust. I don't see anything I want to pick up over here either, although they do have this really interesting Marvel Legacy of Jack Kirby book. This thing is heavy. This has got some weight to it. This is pretty awesome. They're asking $3 on this. Not a bad deal, but Looked up to see what these go for. Brand new, they don't go for very much, though if this was brand new, I might still have picked it up for the store, but used, they only go for a couple of dollars. So this is right around, like, not too far off from what they actually sell for online. So it's awesome, it's cool, it's Marvel, it's comics. I mean, this is actually really, really neat, but since it doesn't go for very much, even at $3, I'm just gonna end up passing on that. And again, I just don't see anything else over here. I mean, they had an Aladdin book for the live action Aladdin movie, which isn't very good. So we're just gonna pass on that as well, and pass on all the books, and again, keeping the power of positivity alive. But I'm moving on. Yeah, keeping the power of positivity alive indeed, because I just came over here into the linen section and I just noticed something that I don't see in linen sections very often at thrift stores anymore, and that is a sleeping bag. For whatever reason, it seems like thrift stores just don't carry sleeping bags anymore. I heard rumors about them being unsanitary and hard to clean and whatnot. I have no idea why thrift stores seem to no longer carry sleeping bags, but when I see one, I get kind of excited, especially when I see one as amazing as this. It is a vintage A Bug's Life sleeping bag. Look at that, some vintage Disney sleeping bag goodness right here. That is so awesome. They're asking $5 on this, and I'm gonna be picking this up for the store. That is amazing. Sleeping bags, see, sleeping bags might not sell at thrift stores, or for whatever reason they don't carry these anymore, but in my store, they definitely sell. This is awesome. Yeah, again, vintage Disney, vintage sleeping bag. I'm picking this up for the store. I'm not exactly upset by this, but I'm not seeing very much over here in the Christmas section. Well, that's a lie. I'm seeing a lot of stuff over here in the Christmas section, just not a lot in the way of anything I'd want to pick up for the store or for me, maybe. See, that's the problem. If I find something cool and vintage and retro, do I pick it up for the store, or do I pick it up for me and my possible future Christmas collection that I don't want to start collecting? So I have no idea, but regardless, I don't see anything all that super vintagey and interesting, and anything that's really jumping out at me as far as the Christmas stuff is concerned. So good, I can just move on. Wait a minute, hold on. There's actually some more Christmas over here, and oh my gosh, could it actually be yet another sleeping bag? Not a Christmas sleeping bag, but a Spider-Sense Spider-Man sleeping bag. This is crazy. That's now 2 sleeping bags in one Goodwill in one day, something I just don't see. Unfortunately, this isn't really vintage. It's from 2010, so I'm gonna end up passing on this, but could it possibly be that thrift stores are gonna start carrying sleeping bags now? That'd be amazing. Again, not what I'm picking up, gonna pass on this one, but just the fact that I found 2 sleeping bags in one day at one store, it's pretty interesting. Okay, so I see what they were going for, but sometimes you have to ask, why did they bother to go for it at all? Because this is just weird. Like, seriously, what were they thinking with this statue here? I don't get it. That's weird, that's bizarre, that's kind of creepy and disturbing. Again, why? What were they thinking? Okay, finally made my way into the back of the store, which means I'm finally gonna dive into all the movies, and it looks like they actually have a decent amount of stuff here, which is awesome. Not the most movies I've ever seen in this Goodwill, but certainly not the least either. So I'm hoping there's gotta be at least one movie, at least one title I wanna pick up for me personally, for my collection, right? Maybe, possibly, power of positivity? I gotta find at least one thing. The first thing I'm finding is actually pretty interesting. This is Beauty and the Beast, The Enchanted Christmas, the DVD Blu-ray Special Edition Combo Pack. That's a pretty awesome find, though it is Disney. It is $3, so I'm probably just gonna end up passing on this because Disney just doesn't really sell anymore, unfortunately. Also, if I'm not mistaken, I wanna say this is in the incorrect aspect ratio. I wanna say it was maybe full screen and they then made it widescreen for the Blu-ray release. I think that's the issue. Basically the exact opposite issue we used to have, where they used to take widescreen movies and make them full screen. Now they take full screen movies and make them widescreen. Just studios, please keep the original aspect ratio. Whether it's full screen, whether it's widescreen, whatever the original aspect ratio was, just keep it that way. Still, this is a really cool find, but sadly, again, I think I'm just gonna pass. They also have a couple of Cops releases. This is Caught in the Act, and ooh, look at this one. Bad Girls, that is interesting. $3 a piece. Looked up to see what these go for, and the answer is not very much, right around like $5, $6 on eBay, so not really worth picking up. I honestly thought maybe these would go for something. This kind of stuff just seems to be one of those more obscure, more rare things you just don't find very often, and as such, they go for a little bit, but I guess the demand is not very high on those, so pretty awesome to see, but again, something I'm gonna pass on. Okay, this one just hurts. It's National Geographic, 42 Ways to Kill Hitler. I love me a good National Geographic documentary. I have a ton of these in my collection, and I'm very curious, what are all the 42 ways in which you could have killed Hitler? I want to find out, but I guess I never will, because sadly the disc on this is a hockey puck. It is completely destroyed. It would definitely not play anymore. So sadly, I'm gonna have to pass on that, and I will never know what are all 42 ways to kill Hitler. If you know, let me know, because I'm curious. And this right here is why you always, always, always keep the power of positivity alive, because I just found a copy of Live Aid. Look at this. Live Aid, the day that music changed the world, July 13th, 1985. This used to actually go for over $100 for some reason. I guess it was out of print. I don't know if it still is out of print. If you know, leave a comment down below. But again, at one point, only a couple of years ago, this was selling for over $100. Now, it only sells for maybe around like $30-something, but still, this is a really cool find. I actually don't have this in my own personal collection. They're only asking $4 on this. I'm thinking it's time I finally picked this up for me. I actually did come across a copy of this a couple years ago. They were asking maybe like 20 bucks for it. I probably should have picked it up at that point and just resold it, because again, it was going for like over $100, but I don't know. I, for whatever reason, foolishly passed on it. But yeah, for $4 in minty condition, I'm not passing on it this time, and I'm not getting it to resell. I'm getting this for me and my collection. All right, well, I'm thinking that's just about gonna do it for all the movies, though, of course, in true modern day thrift store form, they do have a ton of Disney stuff here, including The Adventures of the Gummy Bears, which is a really cool find. Honestly, thought this was gonna be something I might wanna pick up for the store, because I looked up to see what this is selling for on eBay, and there's a ton of these listed for a decent amount of money, but then looked up to see what they actually sold for, and the answer is right around like $5 to $6, and they're asking $3 on this one. So cool find, but cool find. I already have my own personal collection, and I'm not gonna grab for the stores. So, all right, I mean, not bad. Found some Live Aid over here. I'm happy with my finds. So moving on from the movies and moving over to the music, but before we dive into the music, I wanna know, what do you think they're building over here? This whole entire corner of the store is completely walled off, and I have no idea why. My guess is maybe another boutique area. Mark my words, in the next 5 to 10 years, Goodwill stores are going to be nothing but high-end boutique stores. I don't see thrifting lasting very much longer in Goodwills. I say it's all going to be boutique. It's going to go all high-end. It's not going to be your typical thrift store anymore. I see it happening. I'm thinking maybe another boutique section. I have no idea. Leave comments down below. What do you think they're building behind here? Could this be where they keep the bees? It might be. And yes, that was a very bad attempt at an X-Files movie reference. If you didn't get it, that's okay. But what's not so okay is the fact that there's actually no music over here I want to pick up whatsoever. Honestly, when I walked over here, I got kind of excited because there is a ton of music out right now. The shelves are more or less completely full. The top is overflowing with CDs. I thought, okay, there's got to be at least 1 or 2 titles I want to pick up in here, right? No, there is nothing I need, nothing of any interest I have whatsoever. So moving on from the music. It's kind of a shame. I was hoping for some more hardcore. I still regret not buying all those amazing hardcore CDs I saw like a month ago. Yeah, that was a mistake. And the Halloween section's not really looking much better. Honestly, looking kind of picked through, or maybe they just didn't get a lot of Halloween stuff in here. I have no idea, but I don't see anything worth picking up, although the cat and the pumpkin are kind of cool, but not cool enough. Gonna end up passing on those. And with that, I think we are just about done here at this Goodwill. So I'm going to take my amazing finds. I got a sleeping bag, that's awesome, and some Live Aid. I'm very happy with my find today. Only 2 things, but quality over quantity today. I am very happy with the things I picked up. But again, with that, we are done. So as always, guys, thank you so much for checking out this video. Be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and of course, check down below for links to Patreon, Spreadshirt, and the Cinema Stick This store. It came from Cinema Stick This. Also check down below for a link to my second channel, the Retro Rest Stop. Definitely check that out, guys. Daily fun adventures over there. All right, I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good one, guys. Thanks for watching. I am very happy with my pickups today. All right, I'll see you guys next video. Have a good one. Bye.